Let me ask you a strange question. What if the difference between staying broke and becoming financially free was only $10 a day? Not 10,000. Not a crazy business idea. Not winning the lottery. Just $10. Honestly, when I first heard this idea, I thought it sounded ridiculous. How could something so small possibly change your financial future? But here's the thing. Most people completely misunderstand how wealth is actually built. They imagine dramatic moments. A huge salary, a lucky investment, a business that suddenly explodes. But in reality, that's rarely how it happens. Most people stay broke for a very simple reason. They slowly lose small amounts of money every single day. A coffee here, food delivery there, a random purchase online, another subscription they forgot about. $10, $20, sometimes even $50. Individually, these things feel harmless. Honestly, they feel too small to even think about. But over time, they quietly add up. And that's where the problem begins. Because most people never stop long enough to notice the pattern. They just keep spending small amounts of money every single day without thinking until years go by, and somehow, nothing has changed. Now let me explain something interesting. A few years ago, I decided to track every dollar I spent. And I'm not going to lie, it was uncomfortable. I wasn't buying luxury watches. I wasn't driving expensive cars. I wasn't living some crazy lifestyle. But I was leaking money everywhere. Small things, convenient things, things that felt completely normal. Until I added everything together. And that's when I saw it. Almost every single day, I was spending about $10 on things that added absolutely no value to my life. And that realization honestly shocked me. Because $10 doesn't feel like much. But when it happens every day, it becomes something much bigger. So I created a simple rule. Nothing complicated. Nothing extreme. Just one small habit. Before spending money on something unnecessary, I asked myself one question. Is this worth my $10 today? That's it. If the answer was yes, I bought it. No guilt. No stress. But if the answer was no, I took that $10 and invested it instead. Just $10. Not a painful sacrifice. Not some strict budget that makes life miserable. Just one small decision, repeated every day. And honestly, something interesting started happening. At first, it felt insignificant. $10 didn't seem like it could do much. But consistency is powerful. $10 a day becomes $70 a week. That's about $300 a month. And suddenly, it's $3,600 a year. Now here's where things get really interesting. Because if that money is invested instead of spent, it starts doing something most people underestimate. It starts compounding. Your money quietly begins working in the background. Slowly, patiently, while most people are chasing fast money or the next big opportunity. This small habit builds something far more powerful. Momentum. And momentum is dangerous in the best possible way. Because once it starts, it becomes very hard to stop. But honestly, the biggest change wasn't the money. It was the way I started thinking. Because once you start doing this every day, something shifts in your mind. You stop asking yourself, what do I want to buy today? And you start asking something very different. What could this money become in the future? Suddenly $10 isn't just $10 anymore. It's an investment. It's a seed. It's a tiny piece of your future freedom. And over time, that changes how you see every financial decision. After a few months, I noticed something strange. Spending money started to feel different. Not painful, just intentional. I stopped wasting money on things I didn't actually care about. And I started putting money toward things that mattered. Investments, skills, opportunities, things that could actually change my future. And little by little, those small daily decisions started stacking up. Quietly, almost invisibly. Until one day, I looked back, and I realized something surprising. It wasn't one big decision that changed my financial life. It was thousands of tiny ones. That's the part most people never talk about. Because the truth is, wealth usually grows slowly. Almost boringly. But consistency turns small habits into powerful results. Now here's the sad reality. Most people will never try this. Not because it's hard, but because it feels too simple. People love complicated strategies. They want secret formulas. They want fast results. But financial freedom rarely comes from dramatic actions. It usually comes from boring consistency. Small habits. Repeated again and again and again. So the next time you're about to spend money on something small, pause for a second, just 1 second, and ask yourself a simple question. Is this worth my $10 today? Because honestly, that tiny question might quietly change your financial future.